Hey, welcome to the channel. Today, I just want to talk to you what I do to how I charge for my sawmilling. I've been doing it for a while, and this is just what has worked for me in my area. And I'm going to tell you what I charge for, what I communicate to the client, and how I do my billing charges on that. So I have a Granberg mill, 48-inch mill. I have a steel 661. I have a 42-inch bar. I can mill up to 37 inches wide. That's as big of a bar as I want to put on my mill. I had a 52-inch bar on it at one point, and I broke that saw because I had maxed it out at 43 inches wide and just realized that was too big for this chainsaw, and I don't want to have to pay for that again. So I charge and advertise that I can mill a log up to 37 inches wide. My milling rate is $95 an hour. I have it on my website. And then the other fees that I charge are every time that I hit metal, it's a $35 fee. And if I break a chain or damage a chain to a point where it's unusable, it's a $75 fee. That is just my flat out fees and how I charge for that. What I do with the customer when they reach out to me, I send them the link to my website, and I'll put it in here that you can see, and I'll even flash it up on the screen. It's got all the details of my pricing. The reason I price it at $95 an hour is, one, it's a lot of work. Two, my mill is expensive, and the upkeep with doing all that, sharpening change, all that is expensive. Gas, all those things. But also, two, I've got bandsaws in my area where they are $150 an hour to $75 an hour. So I'm kind of in the middle of all that. Plus, I am coming to you, and mine is a specialty in large logs that they can't get off their property. They want slabbed, or that a bandsaw mill can't cut because the bandsaw mills in my area are only up to a certain size. The other reason I charge $95 an hour is and I have no problem with it, is because the amount of wood that they're going to get for the time that I'm there, they could never buy that wood individually for the price. Say I mill for 6 or 7 hours. They spend $600, maybe $700. By the end of it, they're never going to be able to buy that much amount of wood for $700. Oftentimes, they couldn't even buy some of the wide slabs. They couldn't even buy one of them for $700. So I have no issue charging that to them. What I try to do is be very efficient while I'm there. I try to communicate expectations up front. I ask them questions about their log. I have them send me pictures to their log, so I can kind of get a ballpark idea. As I've been doing this long enough, I can usually give a general range of, that's going to take somewhere between 4 to 7 hours, or that one log, I'll be about a 3-hour time from setup to leaving that I am there. Also make sure they just know about my chain fees if I hit metal, and go with all that information from there. I also charge mileage. I charge $1 per mile that you are from my shop. And what I do when they reach out to me is we begin the conversation, whether it's through email, I do some through Facebook, Craigslist, or talking on the phone. Once we've kind of talked through what they have, where it is, my rates, why I charge that, then I send them kind of a contract that I write up. If you want that, I'm going to leave my email below. You can email me, and I'll send you the mock contract that I send them of just like an example where I fill in their name. And that just says, hey, I agree to pay the amount of what they do. I fill people out. Some people I trust to give me a check. Some people it's cash, like you got to pay me cash. It just depends on that. But also I charge a certain rate, $95 an hour, because honestly, it runs away some of the riffraff. There's a lot of people that want you to do it for super cheap, or that's super expensive. Like, I just don't even waste my time with them. Or there's other people who want me to swap. Hey, what if you mill half of it and I give you half, you mill it and I give you half of it? I'm like, no, I'm doing the work. I'm taking all the chances. What if there's metal in it? And I've just never seen it go well. I had a friend get in a sticky situation with somebody, and I just learned from him. I don't trade. I'm either going to buy the log from you, you're going to give me that log, I'm going to get it off your property. It's either all mine or it's you pay me and it is all yours. I just want to come in and do the job. So I charge $95 an hour. $35 for every time that I hit metal, and I put that in the contract. They understand that. I've had some people who are like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to move forward because there's a lot of metal in a tree. I've had some that are like, hey, it's just part of it. I expected it because it's a yard tree. Keep going. And then $75 for a broken chain or a chain that can't be fixed. And then, of course, the mileage. All the people that I've milled for have never had any issues with that and have been awesome. Again, the people that have issues with it are usually the people I don't want to work for or do work for, and it kind of runs them off. Now, I would say this, if you haven't been doing this for a while, or you're really new, I'm going to make another video, and I would tell you things that I've learned from milling for people. And I would just advise you, if you haven't milled a lot with your chainsaw mill, spend time milling your own logs for a while to get good at it. Because, man, when I go to mill for somebody, I want to be very efficient. I want to respect their time. I don't want to dilly-dally and slow play it because they're paying me money. I want to work hard and do a good job, get paid. I want them happy, so they're going to refer me to somebody else or call me back and move forward from there. The things that I do, I tell them is once they kind of sign that contract and you can like we make the agreement of the payments and then the mileage and everything else, we sign it there. I send them a copy before I come so that they can look over it. We both get a copy. We both sign and date it. And then what I tell them is usually I give them the first like 15, 20 minutes there, you know, uncharged of us to look at the log, talk about the orientation of it, how they want it cut, what size. Then once I get there and get my stuff close, once I start unloading, we agree on a start time. Hey, I'm getting ready to start. And that's when the billing is. And what I do is I write that time on top of both of the pieces of paper that we've signed and put it in my phone. And that's when the clock starts running. And then I stop the clock when I am done. When I get done with that last cut, if I'm helping them stack it, once we stack that last one and I'm done cutting, then I stop the time and I communicate that time to them. Hey, this is when I'm stopping. It is this time. We write it down, and then I don't charge for the cleanup of my equipment and loading it in my truck. That's on me. But those are some things that I do and that have worked for me as I have charged for my milling services and been doing it for a while. Again, I have not had any issues. Man, I've just met incredible people that I've milled for, that have become friends. One guy I've become a good friend with. Others has just been great experiences, and they're always very thankful. The other thing that I do in my contracts is communicate boundaries of where they got to stay, what I'm not liable for, what they're not liable for with me either. And again, if you want to see that, email me and I'll send it to you, because I had an insurance agent help me with that, as well as a friend who's a lawyer look over what I'm sending. It wasn't written by a lawyer, but this is one of those things I do to kind of cover myself and cover them and show that I'm serious about what I'm doing. Now, granted, I have a woodworking business and a business where I have insurance as well. Like, that's important to me because I don't want to screw something up on someone's property, but I don't fell trees, don't trade it. But anyways, that's a little bit of how I charge, what I charge. I will be making a video on kind of things that I communicate with the client, what I do when I'm on-site milling, and how I go about my workflow that will also help you, and things to think about if you want to start milling for other people before you just jump into it, because you can get yourself in a pretty sticky spot and not want to do it anymore or get a bad reputation or screw something up. And there are some things that I've learned that I think will help you in the future to, if you want to start a mobile milling service or on-site milling service, that will help you become successful in doing it and build a good name and a reputation that will help you generate more business, as well as gain some skills to learn, so you don't have to learn some hard lessons. And thankfully, I had some friends who tried this that made some mistakes and had some hard lessons that I learned from, and I chose to do some milling a lot of my own logs before I jumped out and started milling for other people. So that's to come. So stick around from that. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Leave them below. If you want me to send you kind of like a mock write-up of kind of what I put in a contract or terms for someone who I'm going to go mill for, do that. And if you want more information, you'd love to talk to me, reach out to me, and we can have a conversation about that. So anyways, hope that's helpful for you on milling and how I charge and what I charge and why I charge that. And yeah, get out there, keep sawmilling and go for it. So